Welcome back, my friends. Artificial intelligence is all the rage these days. And, if you follow this channel, you already know about ChatGPT. ChatGPT was actually found to give better medical advice than real doctors in blind study. While AI chatbots' answers scored higher for quality and empathy, some experts express caution and worry. What does it mean for the healthcare industry? What does it mean for the economy? And, what does it mean for the future of the United States? But, before we get into all of that, please press the like button and leave us a comment below. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. And, before we continue, a word from the sponsor of this video. Today's sponsor is InnerLife.com, creator of the InnerLife STS system. InnerLife STS is a cloud mobile platform for mental health care and its integration with primary medical care. InnerLife STS is designed for assessment, data collection and analytics, documentation, and progress tracking. InnerLife STS creates and composes conceptualized narratives and builds them into professional-grade reports. These reports are designed for use by mental health professionals, primary care physicians, justice system professionals and universities and include mental health assessment reports, mental health treatment reports, and treatment progress reports. And InnerLife STS uses doctor-selected pseudonames for all patients. So, only the healthcare professional knows the patient identity. The model has been trained on a massive amount of text data from the internet, including books, articles, and websites. Overall, ChatGPT is an impressive example of the power of artificial intelligence and natural language processing, and it has the potential to revolutionize the way we interact with technology. When it comes to answering medical questions, can ChatGPT do a better job than human doctors? It appears to be possible, according to the results of a new study published in JAMA Internal Medicine, led by researchers from the University of California, San Diego. The researchers compiled a random sample of nearly 200 medical questions that patients posted on Reddit, a popular social discussion website, for doctors to answer. Next, they entered the questions into ChatGPT, OpenAI's artificial intelligence chatbot, and recorded its response. A panel of healthcare professionals then evaluated both sets of responses for quality and empathy. For nearly 80% of the answers, the chatbots won out over the real doctors. Our panel of healthcare professionals preferred ChatGPT 4-1 over physicians, said lead researcher Dr. John W. Ayers, Ph.D., Vice Chief of Innovation in the Division of Infectious Diseases and Global Public Health at the University of California, San Diego. One of the biggest problems facing today's healthcare providers is that they're overburdened with messages from patients, Ayers said. Burnout is already at an all-time high. Nearly 2 out of every 3 physicians report being burned out in their jobs, and we want to solve that problem, he said. Yet there are millions of patients who are either getting no answers or unsatisfactory ones, he added. Reddit has a medical questions community, a subreddit called Ask Docs, with nearly 500,000 members. People post questions, and vetted healthcare professionals provide public responses. These are real questions from real patients and real responses from real doctors, Ayers said. We took those same questions and put them into ChatGPT, then put them head-to-head with the doctor's answers. Doctors rated responses on quality, empathy. After randomly selecting the questions and answers, the researchers presented them to real healthcare professionals, who were actively seeing patients. They were not told which responses were provided by ChatGPT and which were provided by doctors. First, the researchers asked them to judge the quality of the information in the message. When assessing quality, there are multiple attributes to consider, Ayers said. It could be accuracy, readability, comprehensiveness or responsiveness, he said. Next, the researchers were asked to judge empathy. It's not just what you say, but how you say it, Ayers said. Doctors have resource constraints, so they often zero in on the most probable response and move on. ChatGPT was 3 times more likely to give a response that was very good or good compared to physicians, he said. The chatbot was 10 times more likely to give a response that was either empathetic or very empathetic compared to physicians. It's not that the doctors don't have empathy for their patients, Ayers said, it's that they're overburdened with messages and don't always have the time to communicate it. An AI model has infinite processing power compared to a doctor, he explained. ChatGPT, with its limitless time and resources, might offer a holistic response of all the considerations that doctors are sampling, Ayers said. Vince Lynch, AI expert and CEO of IV. AI in Los Angeles, California, reviewed the study and was not surprised by the findings. The way AI answers questions is often curated so that it presents its answers in a highly positive and empathetic way, Lynch continued. The AI even goes beyond well-written, boilerplate answers, with sentiment analysis being run on the answer to ensure that the most positive answers are delivered, Lynch also said. An AI system also uses something called reinforcement learning, Lynch explained, which is when it tests different ways of answering a question until it finds the best answer for its audience. So, when you compare an AI answering a question to a medical professional, the AI actually has far more experience than any given doctor in relation to appearing empathetic, when in reality it is just mimicking empathetic language in the scenario of medical advice, he said. The length of the responses could have also played a part in the scores they received, pointed out Dr. Justin Norden, a digital health and AI expert and a professor at Stanford University in California, who was not involved in the study. Length in a response is important for people perceiving quality and empathy, Norden said. Overall, the AI responses were almost double in length compared with the physician responses. Further, when physicians did write longer responses, they were preferred at higher rates. Overall, the AI responses were almost double in length compared with the physician responses. Further, when physicians did write longer responses, they were preferred at higher rates. Simply requesting physicians to write longer responses in the future is not a sustainable option, Norden added. Patient messaging volumes are going up, and physicians simply do not have time, he said. Rather than replacing doctors' guidance, Ayers is suggesting ChatGPT could act as a starting point for physicians, helping them field large volumes of messages more quickly. The AI could draft an initial response, then the medical team or physician would evaluate it, correct any misinformation, improve the response and tailor it to the patient, Ayers said. He said, doctors will spend less time writing and more time dealing with the heart of medicine and elevating that communication channel. This will be a game changer for the patients that we serve, helping to improve population health and potentially saving lives, Ayers predicted. Based on the study's findings, he believes physicians should start implementing AI language models in a way that presents minimal risk. People are going to use it with or without us, he said, noting that patients are already turning to ChatGPT on their own to get canned messages. Some players in the space are already moving to implement ChatGPT-based models. Epic, the healthcare software company, recently announced it is teaming up with Microsoft to integrate ChatGPT-4 into its electronic health record software. Ayers said he is aware people will be concerned about the lack of regulation in the AI space. We typically think about regulations in terms of stop signs and guardrails. Typically, regulators step in after something bad has happened and try to prevent it from happening again, but that doesn't have to be the case here, he said. The researchers compiled a random sample of nearly 200 medical questions that patients had posted on Reddit for doctors to answer. Next, they entered the questions into ChatGPT and recorded its response. I don't know what the stop signs and guardrails necessarily should be, he said. But I do know that regulators could set what the goal line is, meaning the AI would have to be demonstrated to improve patient outcomes in order to be implemented. One potential risk Norden flagged is whether patients' perceptions would change if they knew the responses were written or aided by AI. A worry I have is that in the future, people will not feel any support through a message, as patients may assume it will be written by AI. He cited a previous study focused on mental health support, which found that AI messages were far preferred to human ones. Interestingly, once the messages were disclosed as being written by AI, the support felt by the receiver of these messages disappeared, he said. Dr. Ting-Long Dai, professor of operations management and business analytics at the Johns Hopkins Carey Business School in Baltimore, Maryland, expressed concern about the study's ability to represent real scenarios. The claim that AI will replace doctors is premature and exaggerated. While there are numerous unknowns, many experts seem to agree this is a first-of-its-kind study that could have far-reaching implications. Overall, this study highlights the new territory we are moving into for healthcare, AI being able to perform at the physician level for certain written tasks, said Norden. When physicians are suffering from record levels of burnout, you see why Epic and partners are already planning to incorporate these tools into patient messaging. While ChatGPT can provide information and answer questions about medical topics, it is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment from a licensed physician or healthcare provider. Doctors have access to a patient's medical history, physical examinations, and diagnostic tests, which allows them to make informed decisions about a patient's health. In contrast, ChatGPT is a machine learning model that is trained on text data from the internet. While it can provide useful information about medical topics, it does not have the same level of training, expertise, or access to patient data as a licensed healthcare provider. Therefore, if you have a medical concern, it is always recommended that you consult a licensed healthcare provider for proper diagnosis and treatment. People may be getting medical information on ChatGPT for a variety of reasons. One reason is convenience. ChatGPT is easily accessible through various platforms, such as chatbots and voice assistants, and can provide quick answers to common medical questions. Another reason is anonymity. Some people may feel more comfortable asking sensitive or embarrassing questions to a machine rather than a human healthcare provider. Additionally, some people may not have access to healthcare providers or may live in areas with limited healthcare resources, so ChatGPT may be a useful resource for obtaining general medical information. However, it's important to keep in mind that ChatGPT should not be relied upon as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment from a licensed healthcare provider. While ChatGPT can provide useful information, it cannot replace the knowledge and expertise of a healthcare provider who can assess your individual situation and provide personalized care. But, what do you think? Please leave us a comment below and hit the like button. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Please share this video on social media. Thank you for watching.